Releasing the frequency of fear. How do you release the frequency of fear? And what is the frequency of fear? Let's start with the fact that Earth is abundant and is always providing. If you plant a seed in the ground, it will give you a crop. And the main mechanism of fear and what has happened in the earth realm is that in order for those in control to control you and to control the narrative and to control the earth, what they had to do first is reroute her resources and control her resources. So, a lot of what you see in capitalism and how the earth is actually constructed is a hostile takeover of the feminine divine of Mother Earth. Earth is set to give you free air, water, and food. And the people that are in control understood that. And if you're looking at this from the perspective of the fact that the mother goddess or the supreme deity or creator that gave you this realm provided everything that you needed in the first place, you can clearly see the infrastructure of fear and how that plays into your everyday life and what it is that you do on a regular basis. So, when you think about the control of the resources, that is number one. You tend to fear from a place of lack. And when you feel as though you lack, and lack has been constructed as if you don't work, you don't have money, you don't have food, you don't have a roof. And this is the primary mechanism of keeping you in fear, as well as the mechanism of the fear of death. Okay. So, when you talk about how to deconstruct the frequency of fear, you must first unpack the mechanisms that cause the fear in the first place and understand the higher order of things is that there was a lot of orchestration that needed to take place in order for them to reroute Mother Earth's resources so that they could have control over her children. And when you start to begin to unravel that, you will begin to let go of the fear of all of it. And that starts with death, first and foremost. A lot of these things, as I have been unpacking on this page, are massive orchestrations. It's kind of like when they had slavery and they said they would take a slave out and make an example out of them. And this was to place fear into the others so that they wouldn't run or do or go out of order. It's kind of like that. You can't trust a lot of what you see because it is a sleight of hand trick. It's all meant to keep you in a state of perpetual fear so that you don't go out of line. So that's number one. People running into my inbox telling me, hey, you should not be speaking on these things, or you shouldn't be showing your mark because, they can get you. Who is they? Okay. What we're talking about is a world stage. And for me, through my journey, what I have learned is that none of that matters because they know who I am. They know where I am. They know where I live. There is no privacy in this place. So if you are still running from the invisible boogeyman and you have anxiety about who's following you and who's watching you, I'm sorry to tell you that that is far gone. If they could have, they would have by now. Okay. And I have learned to release the fear of that, having anxiety and having someone following or bothering or watching. And I really have gotten to the point where I no longer care about those things because I feel as though if you have to watch and if you have to follow, that means that you are 10 steps behind. And I'm actually the one in control because if you have to watch me, that means I'm the one with the power, correct? Because why are you watching me? Why are you following me? Why don't I have privacy? It's because I'm actually the one that is in control of the narrative and I'm in control of my life because if you could have, you would have by now. Okay. So number one is releasing the frequency of fear is death. And what we don't realize as I've been teaching through this channel, this earth realm construct is not real. You're talking about an illusion that was created scientifically to generate matter. Okay. The real part of the construct is actually light. It is not matter based bodies. These are shells. We reincarnate, We go through reincarnation, we come in and out, we're born over again and again and again, and we get attached to these physical bodies and personas because that's a part of the fear mechanism that's been created to keep us in a perpetual state of fear. We are not our bodies. We are not these identities or these birth certificates that have been placed on us and told to us that this is who we are. We are light beings, okay? And what we're getting ready to do is come to a place where the physical matter based realm is going to give way to the actual real realm, which is the light realm. It is what your dreams are made of. When you go to sleep, you are a light being, okay? Your physical matter avatar based body lays down and it goes to sleep. And then you go into the dream world or the dreamscape as a light or a quantum light being. So what we're talking about here is placing these mechanisms controlling the matter-based existence so that they can continue to keep us in fear. And that is number one. Stop fearing death. The minute that you stop fearing death because it's not even real, you will get over the fear and anxiety. You will stop worrying about whether someone's coming for you. You won't have anxiety because it doesn't matter. Embrace it because it's truly the freedom. The other side of this matter-based existence is the fact that light or photon light is immortal. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So me worrying about whether I'm going to die, you don't have any control over that. You can't say what's going to happen from one minute to the next, and it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Okay. So when you talk about the food and the shelter and the money, again, we're talking about them controlling Mother Earth's resources. And that is how they keep you in fear. People are always asking, well, when can we stop working? You can do whatever you want to do. This is your dream. And instead of allowing people to control the narrative of how you move, if you want to be free, then be free. It is not anyone else's responsibility to release you or tell you when it is that you need to do something. That is totally up to you because life is nothing but a dream, and the dream is what you make it out to be. So releasing the frequency of fear is what's going to free you from the anxiety of having food, having money, having shelter. No one has ever died from going outside, okay? And it's funny to think about, but this is the thing that they keep over you, and they drench people in thousands of dollars of debt, okay, versus them allowing you to freely take of what Mother Earth has to offer. The earth is abundant. If you plant a seed, it will yield fruit, okay? And they understood this, and this is how they constructed this massive takeover of the realm to keep you in a state of fear, to keep you in a state of anxiety, of lack, and worrying about whether you're going to have food, shelter, or money. Okay. And we're coming to a place where the ultimate thing is going to be letting go of the fear of all of those things and leaning into the journey of surrender to something higher than yourself and trusting that Mother will provide. Okay. And that is an even deeper journey to speak on because I personally have been taking this journey for some time now. And I can tell you, you will be provided for. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have not had to worry about where my next meal was coming from. There is always a way made. For those who are seeking a higher path, the path is already there for you to take. A lot of times we get caught up in seeing the obstacles that are placed before us because they put them there for that particular purpose, so you can't see. It's kind of like when you are looking for the right path and there's an obstacle placed in front of you and you're like, oh man, I can't see that path because now it's blocked. The path is still there. It's still there for you to take. It's just for you to either climb over, around, or under that obstacle so that you can get to that path. You must be like the water and flow, okay? And just because you can't see the way that has already been made doesn't mean that the way is not made for you. There is always a way out. There is always a door that you can go to get out of any situation that you find yourself in. And a part of the journey is trusting your higher self to know that that way has already been made. That path has already been forged. The only thing that's left for you to do is to be able to see around it and get rid of the illusion. Don't trust what's placed before you to scare you. There's going to be things placed in the path to scare you from those paths, to keep you from going down that road. Oh, that road is scary. I don't know what I'm going to do. You need to trust yourself first and foremost. Then you come to trust mother. And I'm telling you that there is a mother that looks over and watches every single solitary thing that goes on here. And if you are her children, then you are in the light and there is no need to worry about anything. The archons would have you believe that we are alone, but that's absolutely not true. Okay, so release the frequency of fear, escape the fear of death, anxiety of not having food, shelter, and money. When you release the frequency of fear, which is 1 through 4 hertz, and you get over the fear of death and you get over the fear of lack, Mother Earth will provide and fear will lose its power. I hope you enjoyed this message. Please like, share, and subscribe, and put a comment down in the comments just to let me know what you think of this content overall. Keep shining bright. Peace, love, and light.